Welcome back, everybody, to Good Morning Idaho. Time now for a visit from our visiting vet, Dr. K. Thanks for being with us this morning. And a while ago, you started telling our viewers that if they had questions for you, you're the man to ask them to. You can come here and answer them. We actually got one from a viewer this last week. They say, Dr. K, my dog itches all the time. Why? Now, of course, I'm pretty sure this one has a lot of answers to it, a lot of possible answers to why your dog is itching. But what are the most common as to what might be the problem?
This time of year is probably allergies because there's so much dust, smoke. I mean, you can't even see the mountains half the time, and that can cause it because there's so many that if your dog has any kind of allergy problems at all, it goes past that threshold and they start itching all the time. That's probably the most common thing. Also, when it gets colder, in about another month, the fleas that are outside come inside. We've seen a bunch of fleas lately too, and they can cause that. But you can see those fleas.
Yeah, what are you looking for? Just really tiny dots, right?
Yeah, tiny dots, and they're kind of dark brown. And you look like underneath where there's not that much hair, and right in front of their tail, you can just move that hair backwards, and you can see them move, or you can see the flea dirt, which looks like black flecks of pepper.
And there are lots of different liquids and ointments you can put on there that you put on the skin of the dog and should take care of those problems, right?
Correct.
Pretty easily.
But in fleas, the deal is you have to only about 90-something% are not even on the dog. They're in the house, so you have to get all the ones in the house to get rid of those. So you have to kill the ones in the house and work on your pet, and then you can get rid of them, maybe. You still have the outside.
Yeah.
That's the problem, because then you have everybody else's outside. But when it gets cold in the wintertime, then you can actually knock them out, because then it limits outside. You work on the inside of the animal, and then you can get rid of them.
And going back to the allergies, I know my dog has a few allergies here and there, has a few scabs that she's been scratching at. Anything you can do for that, or they just have to wait it out, keep them inside as much as possible, or what can you do for that?
Probably I'd go to the veterinarian, and we can give you some sort of anti-itching medication to stop it.
Is that for the skin, or that they take orally?
They take orally, generally speaking. Sometimes antihistamines, sometimes a combination of corticosteroids, antihistamines, corticosteroids, or if it's a severe problem, then we can always refer you to some dermatologist, and then they can do some other things that way.
And in addition to that, I think it's also safe to say that dogs will be dogs, and there's going to be a lot of scratching, even if they maybe don't itch, right?
Some itching is just the way it's going to be.
Okay.
Okay, especially in puppies, they're growing a lot of times they'll itch. As long as the skin doesn't get red and you don't have hair loss, it's probably not that big a deal. But I'd go to see your veterinarian. Sometimes we can give you some natural things like they contain omega-3 fatty acids that can naturally control the itching.
Help control that, bring it down. All right, so lots of reasons that your dog might be itching. Maybe you need to go to the vet, maybe you can take care of it at home, but just lots of things to keep in mind. Thanks so much for being with us this morning, Dr. K.